All right, guys. Steven Kwan did not play in any of the games against the Oakland A's this weekend. He did play in the All-Star game. There's been quite a bit of back and forth online on whether or not Steven Kwan should have participated or should not have participated in the All-Star game if his wrist was bothering him. It's come out. Zach Meisel reported on the Ultimate Guardian show this morning, and he probably did it in The Athletic as well, that Kwan got a shot on his wrist the day after the All-Star game. So he's clearly been dealing with this for a while. It didn't seem to be anything too serious. But if you were one of Kwan's teammates, or before I even ask that, do you have any issue with Kwan playing in the All-Star game?
Nope.
Considering it was going to potentially keep him out of the first two series of the second half?
Everybody that took the field for the All-Star game had a risk of not playing another game the rest of the season. Every single player. It's baseball. You could get hurt. It wasn't bad enough that it kept him from playing and playing well. So I don't have a single problem. An All-Star game, we bitched that the All-Stars mail it in.
Yeah.
Well, what I like to see guys that look at it for what it is. This is a pinch me moment. It's an opportunity for you to play a baseball game on a national stage, and you only get a handful of those in your entire career if you're lucky. And he had that opportunity. As it turned out, he had a chance to win the game for them. He knocked in the tying run in the ninth inning, and then with onions the size of he steals a bag in that situation to get into a scoring position. He potentially
got him. We got him.
God, I think we did.
We did. It was a tag team effort.
He potentially was in position to score the go-ahead run. It didn't work out that way, but I give him kudos. And I didn't like when I was disappointed when I heard Jose wasn't going to play.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you that. So then you think Jose should have played?
Now, it's a little different because he's a 7-time All-Star.
Yeah.
So at some point, does it become old hat? Maybe it's up to them to say.
Yeah.
I just look at it from my perspective. If I have been told by my peers and the fans that watch the game that they want to see me on the big stage of the game, I think that there's an obligation to oblige and to play. What I didn't like about the All-Star game, and we talked about this, I think after the game, maybe it was on Channel 3 that we did this. It was, because I wasn't here afterwards. I hated the fact that Aaron Boone had to go deliver a swing-off lineup that looked like my team.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Do you know what it would have done for the game if we would have had Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani in that swing-off?
Yep.
We were robbed of that moment. Why? Because they wanted to catch planes and get out of town. That irked me, Jay.
If you're gonna have this swing off, then you have to keep the players there.
I agree.
But at the same
keep your
time,
uniform on and be in the moment.
But at the same time, I don't blame these. This whole thing's new and it's never come up. I don't blame them for trying to get a flight out that night.
I do.
It happens all the time because they get so much limited time off.
I get
They
it.
get so few days off.
How's about giving?
You know what? You're off from November 1st, no matter what, until the middle of
That
February.
doesn't help you in
every
early
year.
July.
You make $30 million a year. Suck it up, Aaron Judge.
Why can't you put 2 more days in? It ain't killing nobody.
Well, the schedule is what it is. You can have that conversation forever. You're right. You
Here, you've been to All-Star game.
So what day was the All-Star game played? It was Tuesday.
Tuesday night.
Okay. You've got Wednesday off. You've got Thursday off. So when you sign up to be a Major League Baseball player, you understand you work every day. It's an everyday job for 6 months, 7 months. You also understand that when the season's over, you can do whatever you want. You have 3-4 months to go Europe, go to wherever you wanted to do whatever you want. This career that they're in is for a moment. And that's why when guys pass on moments like that, it just bothers me. Now, with Jose a little bit less, because he's done it 7 times. And if he wants to say, he knows his body.
Right.
If he really wanted to take that time, which he did, and he's played well since coming back, okay, I get it. I can't be that angry with him. But I was disappointed to hear that as a fan of the game. There was a piece that was circulating on social media a couple of weeks ago where somebody was asking a lot of the All-Stars, who's the most underrated player in the game? Everybody said Jose Ramirez is. Now, he's not underrated to us. We watch him every day. We know that he's not just the hardest worker on the team. He's the best player on the team. But why is he underrated? Well, because when he's on the grand stage in the playoffs, he hasn't exactly performed.
Right.
He had another opportunity last Tuesday to be in the moment and to maybe hit a walk-off home run in the 9th inning. Who knows what would have happened? We don't know. And he passed on that opportunity. When he's 50, someone's going to go to him, maybe not, and say, hey, remember when you were 33, 34, and you skipped that All-Star game? If you had that to do over again, would you do it? I would think his answer would be, I would play in that game. I would play. You can't turn back the clock. You can't. So do it now. I met a young man over the weekend who was recruited, highly recruited in football. And he decided he's not going to go to college. He started his own business, and he's already landed a $1 million contract. He comes from a good family. He's had a lot of guidance through his way, but he was a very good high school football player. And I told him, I was aghast. I couldn't believe that when I said, where are you going to play? I'm not. What? Now, because we have like a formula that we do. And here's what I told him. Son, you can't get 18 to 22 back.
Yeah.
You can't get that back.
Facts.
So take it from someone who's 60 and would maybe give a year off my life to go back and redo a year
Facts.
in my teens or 20. Like, don't pass on these opportunities that only come along so many times. Will he be a success in life? Sounds like he's already a success in life. He's making more money than most of the guys that will graduate college that he graduated high school with 4 years from now. But he's going to miss the opportunity to see what he could have become on the college football field.
That money cannot
It
buy
can wait, man. It
that
can
money
wait.
can't buy you them experiences.
No. And
When
so
you-
18 to
yeah.
22 can wait. So Jose, I would have said, so for Steven Kwan and for any of his teammates, and I know this is part 2 of your question, what would what would he say to his teammates? I'd look at my teammates and I'd say, yo, why don't you guys start hitting? Why don't you guys start pulling your weight a little bit? Anybody that would have a problem with Steven Kwan deciding to play in the All-Star game and then missing the first 3 games of the second half, just look at the performance.
You'd be like, listen,
And
He has
G,
the right
G,
to do what he wants
before,
to do.
Before you go, G, I want to mention what Zach said on the Ultimate Guardian show this morning. He was going to get the injection over the break regardless.
Right.
Had he, and this is according to Zach Meisel of The Athletic, had he not played in the All-Star game, he probably would have got the shot on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. He played in the All-Star game, got the shot on Wednesday.
Right.
Whether he got the shot on Tuesday or whether he got the shot on Wednesday, he was probably going to miss the first series and maybe even more.
Sure.
It may end up costing him 1 extra game down the stretch.
I'm fine with that.
At the end of the day, it's not like this re-aggravated. Now he's missing because he played in the All-Star game.
Yeah, if they miss the
was gonna
playoffs by
happen
1 game,
regardless.
it won't be because Steven Kwan missed the first 3 after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
It will be because they had 5 guys in their lineup on an everyday basis hitting below 200.
Well, that's
Jason, sorry.
well, that's actually because I was like, man, I don't know, why not have the shot Sunday or Monday? But if he's
Well, then he probably wouldn't be able to play in the All-Star game.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, because I think you got to prioritize your team and the pennant race, and you got ground to make up over the All-Star game. But if you put it that way, that it's 1 game, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Then I don't. That sort of changes the answer a little bit because I look at it like, well, just have the shot Sunday or Monday, and take those extra days to recover, and so that you're back sooner. Because I hear you, and you make a compelling case. I'm still going to prioritize the regular season and my season, and that's why I had no issue with Jose taking the time off.
Right.
Rest up because, hey, they need you down the stretch. They're trying to climb back into this race.
Right.
But that actually provides additional context to where it's hard to argue. If it's really 1 day is the difference, it's hard to argue with
And
that.
it's the Oakland A's, and they won 2 of 3
The
anyhow.
fact they took 2 or 3 helps.
It
It's
helped them a
certainly
lot. If
in
they lost
hindsight.
all 3, maybe you would look at it differently.
Yeah.
But then we have the benefit of the results to make our case.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't get the shot after Sunday's game. What's the reasoning why you
and
wouldn't
I don't
just have the injection?
And Jay, I don't have
Sunday?
the answer to that.
Yeah.
Was it swollen and they wanted to wait for the swelling to come
Swelling,
down before
yeah.
they gave it the shot? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My cynical nature is, so Jose Ramirez and Steven Kwan are actually very valuable to the team then. Well, let's see how valuable I am when it comes time to pay. You know you what, G. Bush, you can't say that. You gotta take what he can get right now. Ain't that right? Listen, man. When you're All-Star, I come along the line of, you know what? He earned the right.
Yeah.
He's a player that has obviously produced for you. He has earned the right because he's shown up before when nobody else is showing up. He's playing a great left field defensively. He's running the bases.
Gold glove.
He's a Gold Glover. He's a guy that is the only guy you could count on to get on base. And him and Jose Ramirez, to my point, if Jose Ramirez want to take the All-Star game off, great. He earned the right to say yes or no. If Kwan wants to play and then take a couple days off after that, they've earned the right. And you know what I would say as his teammate? Oh, you're not playing? Well, that gives me an opportunity to play in left field then.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me get my money off. Like, they're not, by the way, they definitely, those people in that clubhouse, there's a couple of people who are above reproach and they probably don't say a word to.
I would agree
Those
with that.
are
Jay,
two of them.
every baseball team I've ever been a part of and every clubhouse I've ever entered, there's a hierarchy, there's a pecking order. And at the top of that pecking order is Jose Ramirez, and then slightly below him is a little bit below him is Steven Kwan. They've earned the right, they have the cachet to do it, and their teammates, if you're hitting 333,
You say what you want.
13 home runs, 50 ribs, you can look at Steven Kwan and be like, yeah, bro, we could have used you.
Yeah.
But if you're hitting 177 with 2 home runs and 11 RBI and it's July, shut up.
Hey, McNuggets, I'm going to just give you a real-life example. G. Bush can't come 2 days a week. That's the Jay Crawford program. G. Bush, you better be, listen, and I ain't asking for it. I'm like, I'm going to be there. Wednesday, Thursday, I'm cool. Let me drink that coffee.
By the way, Zach also mentioned on the Guardian show this morning that Jose was getting ripped by Dominican media for skipping the All-Star game because they all voted and all the fan vote.
Oh, really?
They voted to see him in there.
Well,
no one in America.
That's a different issue because that's Dominican pride. And they have, I went to the DR in March. I got to tell you, man, I love talking to the locals, the people that were working there. And they are so proud of their baseball players.
It's
They
different.
all know every single guy that's ever played Major League Baseball
different.
from the island.
It's different.
They know them, and that's a point of great pride for them. And they do stand together. Like, they vote, they get out in voting blocks, and they just, if you're from the DR, you're getting their vote. And so I can see why they might be upset. They probably have a good case to be upset.
And
it's the fans' game.
That's
But
what
ultimately,
it just goes to show the perspective. It's
Yes.
more of what I was pointing out.
Yeah,
that
that's-
in the grand scheme of things, if Kwan got the shot Tuesday versus Wednesday and misses one extra game,
right.
it's not the end of the world. It's just how you perceive certain
And
pieces.
baseball